And what I'm going to start with is putting a brand spanking new chain on my chainsaw, and because I'm not playing around anymore, let me get this done today. So enjoy the live. I'm going to film my GoPro a little bit. If you got questions, drop them in the comment section, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Helps get to 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, 1,000,000 subscribers. Let's go. So the chain on this thing's pretty easy to swap out. It's dirty from the other day, and you can just twist this and adjust the bar all the way back. Anyway, you can pop it loose pretty easy. I'm not going to change out the little sharpener thing, I don't think. Although I might. It's supposed to come out pretty easy. It's dirty. I'm going to try to clean this thing out real quick. Look at that. That's crazy. Ah, crap, I forgot to film with my camera. GoPro, start recording. All right, in today's video, we're going to get into round 2 of stump removal. And so I'm going to work on getting a brand new blade chain put on my chainsaw. And then we're going to go out there and cut that stump out. So enjoy the video, like, share, and subscribe. Questions in the comment section. As soon as the video's over, go check out some other content. Here we go. Enjoy the clip. All right. Yeah, that was crazy. GoPro time-lapse mode. All this junk that's coming out of here. Yeah, I'm doing a live. What's up? No, he's in the driveway. All right. Let's see. So all this junk is coming out of here. Obviously, that's not good for the chain. It's friction, extra friction. I let my dad borrow this and hadn't really cleaned it out since I got it back. But I never really cleaned this out anyway. So this is all really on me. And I never cleaned this out from the other day. Obviously from all that junk. And top of this thing is super dirty. All right, that's good. You can actually see the junk in there. Get all this junk out of here. I'm going to change out my chainsaw blade, and then I'm going to go cut down a stump on this big, like it's about a 36-inch stump, and do it with my 18-inch electric chainsaw. So if you want to stay tuned, or if you have something else to do, just subscribe, and then this video will post out tomorrow, and I'll probably post my GoPro footage from the same thing today. So appreciate you watching. Like I said, just subscribe if you want to come back and check it out later. Or you can go check out some of my other content too. But this is an old chain. It's pretty much reached the end of its life. And I guess I'll go ahead and change out this sharpener too. Because if I don't, then, you know, what's the point of buying the kit? All right, so this is actually from a previous video. I was cut open an open cavity inside in between two of our walls. I found this old 100+ year old screwdriver. It could be quite a bit older than 100 years. Appreciate it, Aaron. But it's old United tempered. You can't really see it. In pretty decent condition. I haven't really done anything but kind of clean up the dirt off of it, or like the dust that had collected on it. And well, I use it. It's pretty nice. But that's pretty cool. I like that kind of stuff. Finding old stuff. I haven't even showed anybody this. It might be in my old shed footings video from like 10 or 12 months ago. I found an old double-sided axe head when I was digging one of the footings. And it's super rusted, but it could be reconditioned for sure. Appreciate all the subs, all the likes, all the comments. Trying to get to 500 subscribers. So that's all you do. This little sharpening deal, that's where the chain grinds in through that self-sharpening chain. So it's slightly different. That's not backwards. That's what a new one looks like. Completely smooth on the inside. And just bolts back down right here. And it comes with new screws, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Because they put the Loctite on here, because obviously you don't want this grinder block coming loose in the middle of using it. I mean, that's going to jank up the chain and stuff. So hopefully I can get this stump out of here. I killed off all those ants. I didn't see any this morning, so I'm going to be able to get over there and work all sides of that trunk. I'll get us walked out there and set up the camera and everything. I'm going to stay live while I'm doing it. Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Yeah, subscribe. I'm going to be doing all kind of cool stuff out here. All right, so leave that there. Boom. And then make sure when you put your chain on that you put it to where the bits are facing the right way when it's spinning. So it's spinning top side of the bar, the chain will go down and it'll come under, and then it cuts into the wood on the underside. So you want your bits angled that way. Man, these brand new chains are sharp, dude. What I like to do is put it over the tip. Hey, so anybody watching on the lives, how do y'all get to the live to where you scroll and look? Like, or how did you get to this live to scroll and look at it? Post that in the comment section. Kind of like the pathway of the tabs, and if you're on your phone or computer. Because I've kind of looked around a little bit, but I can't quite figure out how I show up on YouTube on the lives. All right, so make sure your chain's fully. All of the chains are. This one's messed up. Dang. Dang. one of these chain links is kind of, there we go, bound up a little bit. I'm trying to make sure they're all straight and that the little pieces that stick down into the bar are all fully seated down in there, so I don't have any slack. Man, dude, a brand new chain is so nice. Yeah, this is not a standard chainsaw chain. It's a self-sharpening chain. So it's not even considered the same as like a round or square chain. Um, it's totally different. All right, so I'm gonna roughly get that on here and put it down. So I just bought this because it was like $100 for this at the time. I think it's like 120 or 140 now. And appreciate it. Thank you. My wife thinks so as well. Because I don't really, I mean, I don't mind dealing with gasoline stuff, combustion engines, but these electric are just so reliable. Like it's just plug and play. So, but yeah, what I'll do is I'll lift up on the front of the bar. Sometimes I'll put something up underneath it, put pressure on the tip, and then I'll tighten it out, put tension on the chain. And it's all built in on this one. And then I'll pull down, try to get all the slack out of it. Might have to run it a couple times. Oh, hold on, I'm doing it wrong. Oh, son of a gun. Ow. So you spin the, let me just see if I can show you. So you spin this right here to tighten the chain. And so I'll tighten it. It'll stretch a little bit as soon as I start using it from the heat. I like to just hear it kind of snap back. That sounds good. It doesn't seem too tight. If you do it too tight, it's just too much friction forces all on the bar. And then sometimes it's easier on the gasoline engines. You can kind of feel how loose it. Electric's a little bit different. Yeah, but you can get it going a little bit. Oh, it loosened off. So yeah, with a new chain, that can happen because not all of those links are fully extended. But I always lift up the nose because when you're cutting on a log, you're pushing down on this anyway. So if it's not already up as far as it can be, as soon as you put pressure on the log, you know, you create slack in this chain. So make sure it's a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna put my chain cover back on here. I mean, it's a brand new chain. Those tips get hung up on the deal on the cover. Don't need this anymore. Oops. All right, I'm just gonna leave all this out for now. I'll clean up later. All right, I think I just need to get my earmuffs and my mask, and I'll be good to go. GoPro turn off. There we go. Yeah, if you have time later, check out some of my long format videos. I think that'll be the easiest way for me to get watch hours so I can get monetized out here, be able to continue to do awesome stuff out here, because money's a constraint. What's up? So can you see how many people have subbed to this live, Aaron? Because I don't think I can see that while I'm live. I have to wait until I close this out. So I always kind of wonder. All right, do this. Be good. Okay. Thanks for replying to that question. All right. Let's do this. GoPro time lapse mode. All right. Let me get this here. I'm gonna get my extension cord ran and then do work. To be able to get a straight cut from this side now that the ants are out of the way. Is really what I wanted to do originally. What up, little buddy? Yeah. All right, I think my failure video on this was 2 days ago. So it's always fun when you have a plan and then it doesn't quite work out. So I don't normally get to do lives on outside stuff because it's either too windy or I'm too far away from my Wi-Fi. So it's kind of nice when I'm just in the right proximity. Okay, here we go. Get this baby in here. One thing I like about this chainsaw is I can tuck this in here like that. Okay. I'm gonna leave my hat off in my mic. See my setup. Yeah, the views, they come and go. It's crazy. There was one time I was doing a live for like maybe an hour. And I got off, and there had been over 4,000 people that had come and gone throughout the course. I think at one point I'd had like 40 people watching. So it was pretty cool. So if you're the 356th subscriber, that means I had 13 people subscribe so far. That's crazy. All right. So there's freaking still a crap ton of ants in this thing. Quinces. Yeah, I know. I need to focus. Usually when I'm looking at the camera, but I'm still running the chainsaw, I'm not applying any kind of force per se. So don't give out my legal name or anything like that. But everybody calls me Bigfoot because I'm so hairy, apparently. I got that nickname from when I would coach kids, and all the kids were like, "You're hairy. You're like a Sasquatch. You're like a Bigfoot." So it kind of stuck. There's a ton of ants in this thing. Must be living inside it, and they were protected from the pesticide, but they weren't in the ant pile anymore on the outside, so that was nice. All right, I'm gonna go grab some flathead screwdrivers to put in the to take the weight off, so my chainsaw doesn't get bound up in the center as I cut through it. But it won't be long, and this thing will be down. Right back. All right. So that was obviously my issue the other day was the ants and the chainsaw.
you doing? Getting close. Getting this close, it's about to come over.
All right, everybody. Here we go. All right, so appreciate everybody watching. Vermeer 252 as a stump grinder. It is a toy chainsaw, but it's effective. Take a spoon. Yeah. Sometimes it felt like that in that process for sure. So check this out. So the tree had gotten some kind of a disease, but it was it didn't really affect the beauty of the wood. See if I can get a good shot. It didn't really affect the beauty of the wood internally. And this is an old, I believe it's an old sand hickory. You can see the log over there. The trunk that I cut down. It's already drying out. But I actually caught this thing dying last year. I had already put up cameras that take a picture every hour of every day. And I went back and found the day and the hour that the whole tree just sagged. It finally gave out life, and all of the branches sagged down and browned out. Everything browned out on it. And so it was a goner. But yeah, it just gotten super thorny and stuff. So that's a good tree as far as like for lumber. This is the hardest wood I've ever dealt with. I've never dealt with a whole lot of hickories. But it's crazy. So I think I'm going to call it for today's video, everybody. So I appreciate everybody watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to continue doing cool stuff like this. And, you know, it's summertime, baby. So let's get outside and do some work. So come along, work with Bigfoot. Like, share, and subscribe. Questions in the comment section. Bigfoot out.